A wealthy businesswoman receives a speeding ticket, walks into Judge Frank Caprio's courtroom, and right away begins insulting him, refusing to pay, and even attempting to leave in the middle of the hearing. But what Judge Caprio does next shows that money does not buy respect and arrogance always has consequences. This is Patricia Whitmore's case, and it demonstrates what happens when entitlement collides with real authority in a courtroom where character matters more than a bank account. Let us know where you are watching from, because this account of accountability resonates everywhere. People grow tired of watching wealthy individuals act as if the rules do not apply to them. Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. inside Providence Municipal Court, Judge Frank Caprio prepares for what appears to be a routine speeding citation until his bailiff leans in with a quiet warning. Your Honor, this defendant has been giving staff trouble. The citation involves Patricia Whitmore, age 48, written up for driving 25 miles per hour above the speed limit in a residential neighborhood, with officer notes recording that she was argumentative, claimed she was too important to be stopped, and at first refused to sign the ticket. Patricia enters dressed in designer clothing from head to toe, luxury handbag in hand, eyes fixed on her phone, and body language making it obvious she views the proceedings as beneath her. Miss Whitmore, Judge Caprio begins evenly. You are here regarding a speeding citation. Please approach. Patricia walks forward slowly, still staring at her phone, until the judge says, Miss Whitmore, I need your full attention. Please put your phone away. She finally glances up with visible irritation and snaps, I'm handling important business matters. Can we make this quick? I actually have important things to do today. The courtroom tightens at a dismissive tone, but Judge Caprio replies calmly yet firmly, Miss Whitmore, this court is important and it deserves your complete attention. You were cited for driving 55 in a 30-mile-per-hour zone. How do you plead? Patricia scoffs and answers, This whole thing is ridiculous. That speed limit is absurd for that road. I drive it daily and never had a problem. Judge Caprio keeps his expression steady and says, That is not what I asked. How do you plead to the charge? Finally, with annoyance, Patricia mutters, Fine, whatever. I was speeding. Can I just pay this and go? I don't have time to sit here. Judge Caprio looks over the citation details while Patricia keeps displaying impatience. Ms. Whitmore, exceeding the limit by 25 miles in a residential zone is very serious. There are children. There are families. Patricia cuts him off. I know that neighborhood. Those people should teach their kids not to play near the road. I shouldn't be forced to drive 30 miles an hour because parents can't watch their children correctly. The courtroom reacts with clear disapproval at her cold disregard for child safety. Miss Whitmore, that speed restriction exists to protect the entire community, not only children. Your dismissive approach to this citation troubles me. My attitude. Patricia's tone grows sharper. My attitude is that I'm a successful businesswoman being lectured by some small-town judge about a road I travel every day. This is nothing but a waste of my time and taxpayer money. Judge Caprio rises, his patience clearly strained. Miss Whitmore, let me remind you, you are in a courtroom. You will show respect for this process. Respect for what? For you rubber-stamping tickets just to raise revenue? I know how this works. I'll pay the fine and be finished with it. Miss Whitmore, your fine for this offense is $350 plus court costs. Patricia scoffs with a mocking laugh. That's it? I spend more than that on a single lunch. Put it on my credit card, and I'll be on my way. Judge Caprio's expression stiffens. This isn't a restaurant, Miss Whitmore. This is a court of law, and you are treating it like a minor annoyance rather than a serious matter. Because it is an annoyance. You're acting like I'm a criminal for going a little fast on an empty street. Judge Caprio tries to stress the gravity of a violation, but Patricia's entitled behavior only escalates further. Miss Whitmore, I'm reviewing your driving history. You've had 3 previous speeding citations in the past 2 years. So what? I paid them all. That's how this goes, isn't it? You hand out tickets. I pay them, and everyone's satisfied. No, Miss Whitmore, that is not how it works. Each offense represents reckless driving that puts others at risk. Patricia rolls her eyes dramatically. Oh, please. I'm an outstanding driver. I've been on the road for 30 years without a single accident. The fact that you've avoided accidents is fortunate, but it doesn't erase multiple speeding violations. Listen, Judge, Patricia says, his title dripping with condescension. I'm a busy person. I manage 3 companies, employ over 200 people, and contribute more in taxes to this city than most people in this courtroom will make in their entire lives. The gallery audibly reacts to her blatant arrogance and disrespect. Miss Whitmore, your wealth and business standing have no relevance to your responsibility to obey traffic laws. Really? Because from where I stand, it looks like this whole system exists to squeeze money out of people like me, the ones who actually support society. Judge Caprio's voice hardens. Miss Whitmore, I will ask you once more to show respect for this court. And if I don't, what then, Judge? Fine me more money that means nothing to me? You can't scare me. I'm not some young kid or poor person who has to grovel in front of you. The courtroom falls into total silence, stunned by Patricia's blatant contempt for judicial authority. Miss Whitmore, your behavior in this courtroom is as troubling as your repeated speeding. Both display a lack of respect for rules and the safety of others. Patricia grabs her phone again. Are we finished here? Because I actually have important meetings waiting for me. Put that phone away, Miss Whitmore. We are not finished. Actually, I think we are, Patricia replies, turning toward the exit. Send me the invoice. My assistant will handle it. If what you're seeing feels unbelievable, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Judge Stories YT, where we share remarkable courtroom moments like this. Miss Whitmore, if you move one more step toward that door without my consent, you will be found in contempt of court. Patricia pauses, glancing back with a mocking grin. Contempt for what? For not being impressed by your tiny fiefdom here? For showing continuous disrespect to this court? For trying to walk out during a proceeding? And for displaying the exact mindset that makes you a hazard on the road? A hazard? I'm a hazard because I refuse to bow before a judge in some small municipal court? Judge Caprio's voice rises with authority, resonating across the room. You're a hazard because you think the rules don't apply to you. You're a hazard because you believe your wealth frees you from courtesy and legal duty. And you're a hazard because you show no concern for the safety of others. This is absurd. I'm leaving, Patricia snaps, stepping again toward the door. Bailiff, see that Ms. Whitmore stays in this courtroom. The bailiff moves forward, and Patricia's confidence falters for the first time. You can't keep me here. Miss Whitmore, I absolutely can. This is my courtroom, and you will remain until this hearing concludes. Now, sit down. Patricia stays on her feet, her arrogance clashing with a sudden realization that she may not hold as much control as she imagined. Miss Whitmore, sit down immediately or I will add contempt charge on top of your speeding violation. Patricia slowly moves back to her place, this time keeping her phone away. Now, let's go over your situation clearly. You were cited for driving at an excessive speed in a residential neighborhood. This marks your 4th speeding ticket within 2 years. You've shown no regret, no understanding of why this is important, and you consistently disrespected this court. I don't have to stand here and be lectured by, yes, Miss Whitmore, you do. That is exactly what's happening right now. The courtroom observes as Judge Caprio breaks down Patricia's entitlement piece by piece. He leans back in his chair, his face showing firm resolve rather than anger. Miss Whitmore, your original penalty was $350. However, due to your behavior here today, I am raising it to the maximum, $500 plus court costs. Patricia's expression shifts to genuine shock. You can't do that. I can, and I just did. In addition, I am ordering you to attend a driver safety program within the next 30 days. A driver safety program? I've been driving for decades. Clearly not effectively, considering you've accumulated 4 speeding tickets. You will complete the course and submit proof to this court. This is ridiculous. I'll file an appeal. That is your right, Miss Whitmore. I encourage you to explain to an appellate judge the way you conducted yourself here and see if they sympathize. Patricia's arrogance begins to falter as the weight of real consequences sets in. Furthermore, I am imposing contempt of court charge for your conduct today. That's an additional $200 fine. For what? For not bowing to you? For repeatedly disrespecting this court, for trying to walk out during a hearing, and for showing outright disregard for legal proceedings. That brings your total to $700 plus court fees, making it $850, along with mandatory traffic school. Patricia's face pales, realizing her attitude has cost her far more than if she had simply been respectful. You're punishing me for being successful. No, I am holding you accountable for breaking the law and for showing contempt toward the judicial system. Your money has no bearing on your duties as a citizen. I want to speak to whoever is above you. I answer to no one, Miss Whitmore. I am the presiding judge of this municipal court. Yet still, you are free to appeal. Subscribe to Judge Stories YT if you wish to witness more cases where arrogance meets justice. Patricia stays silent, perhaps for the first time realizing her wealth and position carry no weight in this courtroom. Miss Whitmore, I need you to grasp something. This court sees people of every walk of life. Some can hardly pay their fines. Others, like you, see them as spare change, yet the law binds all equally. Patricia stayed wordless, her former pride completely gone. When you drive recklessly in residential areas, you're not merely breaking a rule, you're endangering lives. Children live there. Seniors walk there. Families reside there. Your ease is not more valuable than their safety. Your behavior today made it clear why tickets keep piling up. You believe the rules don't apply to you. You assume your business success frees you from basic respect and legal responsibility. For the first time, Patricia looks honestly uneasy rather than dismissive. I'll tell you what I tell every person before me. This court values your character more than your wallet. Today you displayed very poor character. Patricia finally speaks. Can I simply pay the fine and go? Yes, but only after you apologize to this court for your disrespectful conduct. What? You heard correctly. You will apologize for your disrespect, or I'll add yet another contempt charge. Patricia stays still, pride clashing with practicality. Miss Whitmore, I'm still waiting. I apologize for my conduct in court today. Miss Whitmore, speak it with sincerity. Patricia inhales deeply. Your Honor, I apologize for being disrespectful to both you and this courtroom. My actions were out of line. Judge Caprio inclines his head. Apology acknowledged. Now, let me spell out exactly what follows. You will pay $850 in total fines and fees. You will finish a traffic safety course within 30 days. You will show proof of that completion to this court. If you are caught speeding again within the next year, I will personally review your record and may move towards suspending your license. Patricia nods, finally realizing the seriousness of her position. And Miss Whitmore, another point. The next time you're racing through that neighborhood at 55 miles an hour, I want you to recall this very moment. Remember, your schedule is never more precious than another person's life. Yes, Your Honor, you may leave. The clerk will handle your payment. As Patricia walks toward the clerk's counter, her posture changes, less prideful, more thoughtful, perhaps starting to grasp that respect is not purchased by wealth but earned through integrity and conduct. Patricia Whitmore's case shows us that arrogance and entitlement always face a reckoning in a fair courtroom, that money cannot purchase respect, and that accountability covers everyone, no matter how successful they claim to be. Judge Frank Caprio once again demonstrated that real authority is not about volume or aggression. It rests in being steady, fair, and unshaken in the face of rudeness. Here's a question for us all. When we gain success, do we wield it to demand special treatment, or do we remember that status and wealth never excuse us from decency or the law? Patricia discovered that courts are the true equalizer, where character outweighs wealth entirely, and where judges like Frank Caprio ensure justice remains blind to financial standing. Don't forget to subscribe to Judge Stories YT for more unforgettable courtroom lessons where justice prevails and entitlement meets its proper end.